Good afternoon, my name is Pop. This video tutorial in Ubuntu Basics shows a little bit about how you can zoom your screen around using hotkeys. I've got on this screen right now 5 blank spreadsheets, and if I want to zoom in on them, I have some hotkeys that I have made which will allow me to do that. I'm up here in the top left one, and if I hit Shift F2, I zoom right in on that one. Just leaving all of my hotkeys alone, right now I can go from one spreadsheet to another by just moving the cursor over into an adjacent one, tapping it, and that zooms in. And if I go to the bottom half of the screen, tap on that, it zooms in, zooms in, zooms in. Go up. This time I'll go to the one over here. When I hit Shift F1, it backs out of that zooming business. There is another kind of zoom that I can do also. Notice that my focus is on the spreadsheet that's in the top right, and this time if I hit Shift F3, it zooms right into that cell, and if I hit Shift F3 again, nothing happens because that's a one-shot deal. Now if I hit Shift F1, it backs me out. Shift F3, it takes me right into it. Trying it again, let's say I go to this cell and my cursor is in that cell, and I hit Shift F3, it takes me right to it, you see. And if I go up here, Shift F3, it does take me to it, but it's a little bit off. Well, there's another kind of zoom I've got, and that is Shift F4. That brings me up more yet, and then Shift F1, it takes me out. There is another type of thing I can do. I go Shift F4, zoom in once, Shift F4, zoom in twice, but now I'm going to zoom back out a little bit with Shift F5. 5 again, and I'm where I was. I want to go over one whole screen with a Ctrl-Alt right arrow, and I have got some things on screen here. On the bottom left there is a movie, and the movie's on pause, and if I hit F11 it goes full screen. Well, that's fine and dandy, but if I go Ctrl-Alt-1, it goes into the same quadrant where it had been, but now it does not have anything except the full screen. In other words, there's no text or menu. And if I hit Ctrl-Alt-1 repeatedly, it resizes to the size I want. Now, I can do that also with Shift F2 in the movie. And if I want to go over to the Nautilus and tap on it, it moves right into that. Shift F1, I'm out of there again. There's another kind of window that is in Ubuntu, and an example of this would be the calculator. The calculator you cannot move around. You cannot move the calculator. I just moved videos. Let me go back, highlight calculator, and if I hit Ctrl-Alt-9, 7, 1, see, nothing happens. I can, however, hit Shift F2 and zoom in on it. In fact, I can do all of the other zooming. But I cannot place those kinds of windows. There are a few of them. I'm going to go over now and show you how you can do this. I've got all kinds of stuff on my Unity strip. I've got too much stuff up there, but in so doing I'm going to demonstrate. It's not in system settings, it's not in gparted, it's not in dconf editor, it's not in Unity Tweak, and it's not in Ubuntu Tweak, but it is in Compiz. So I'm going to open up Compiz, and the way you do this, When you open up Compiz, it's going to come to this first screen, and you're going to go to Accessibility and put a check mark right here where it says Enhanced Zoom Desktop. And when you tap on this, you go to the screens you will need in order to put in your hotkeys. The very first tab to the left is Zoom In and Out, and I put Zoom In, Shift F4, Zoom Out, Shift F5. The next thing is Specific Zoom, a couple of tabs over, and my Specific Zoom Level 1 is Function Key 1, Shift F1, and my Specific Zoom Level 3 is Shift F3. Now 1 is 1. That is to say, it zooms into nothing. It brings you back to where you were. And Specific Level Zoom 3, it's set at 0.2. I use these sometimes, but the one that is used the most is this one. This is the magic one, Zoom Area Movement, and that is Shift F2, and that's the one that I use the most. My name is Pop, and I have a whole bunch of videos on YouTube called Ubuntu Basics, and I thank you very, very much.